Well, today we're looking at something that I think is a bit rare. So as you know, I love myself some Letraset Action Transfers. So I saw this on eBay just before I went to America, literally like the day before. So it's like, need to find a way of getting it. So it didn't tell me a lot in the eBay advert. It basically said, Letraset Action Transfers, taped up. Contents appear to be in there, so this was a real gamble. I didn't know what the contents were because on the picture it's obviously quite old, and there's some paint over some of it, so you can't really read what was in there. I'd never heard of it before. Went straight away to the Splat website, didn't seem to list it, so it's like, oh, this has got to be fairly rare. So I managed to get it for, I think, an absolute bargain price for what was in it, purely really out of interest, seeing what was in it. For all I knew, it could have turned up and been completely empty. So let's have a look. So this is Letraset Action Transfer Instant Rub Down Transfers, and this is a gift box, which I'd never heard of, but down here we can see that it's specially produced for British Home Stores, BHS, by Letraset. So this was a BHS exclusive, which probably explains why I've never seen it, and there's, doesn't appear to be much information about it out there. And its gift box contains, I don't know whether you can see it, actually says 10 full colour backgrounds over, can't make that out, but I'm presuming it's 150 instant rub down characters. Create your own exciting adventures, and then you get a shot which is specially for this, I think, unless anyone knows differently, because it is the transfers that comes with it. And you've got 3 kids having great fun. Look at that tie, that's a 70s tie. You got being up at school. Ginger, 70s tie, plays with Letraset. On the reverse, it comes with an illustration of some of the characters you get with it. Now, I've been speaking to the Splat guys, and we were trying to work out, because you get 10 sets from a series of 12, and we were trying to work out, was it random? Was there an order to it? So one thing we thought of is, on the back it shows transfers, so are there any transfers here from the sets you don't get? And yes, it does show all 12. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on, I've lost count. 1, animals. 2, skiers. 3, circus. 4, building. 5, Indian tiger attack. 6, underwater. 7, history. 8, Vikings. 9, history. 10, biplanes. 11, space. Hold on, I counted these earlier and there was 12. I'm going wrong somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or is that part of that one? It might be. So the mystery is still there. I thought there was all 12, so it'd be a random. There's actually 11. So yeah, take of that what you will. I think it was probably a random 10 sets that you got, whatever they picked up off the factory floor sort of thing. And then you get the standard Letraset instructions. So when this turned up, it was all taped up, so I had to carefully cut the tape off. There's quite a bit of tape on it. The box is not in the best of condition, but like I say, uber rare. So when I opened it, it came with some surprises, which we'll get to later. But the actual set itself, what does it contain? Well, find somewhere to put the lid without treading on it. So they're all used, unfortunately. Wouldn't it have been nice to open this and get 10 unused sets? Oh, wouldn't that have been a find? They're all unused, but they're still fascinating. So you get, it looks like you got 10 bagged sets of the red header Action Transfers, which I think was the first series, which we'll go through in a second. We've got 2 of these rub-down wands, which I understand probably came from the Busy Bee reissues. You get 2 of them, and then there's all the original bags that they were in. So someone's really looked after these. There's all the original bags, all the original backing sheets, and all the original used film. So amazing. It's like someone's really looked after this. And it looks like they used it as a storage medium for some other Letraset transfers. So let's have a look at what came in the set, and then we'll look at the extras. So I'm just going to pop this so I can use both hands. So the 10 that this came with was Viking Invasion. So Letraset is so gorgeous. So you got the big 18-inch coloured. We'll look at the others in a bit more sort of an overview, but let's have a look. So these ones came on folded background, and you've got the picture of the background and the transfers. And I remember these, just loving these backgrounds. It was so like, oh, I want to open it and have a go. It does list the 12 that you got: Outlaws Through the Ages, World at Work, Animals of the World, Space Adventure, Sports, War in the Air, Combat Through the Ages, Entertainments, Historic Scenes, Invasion, Explorers and Hunting. And all of them were classed as number 1. So I'm presuming each set, so this is Invasion number 1, and they would have then done number 2. But I don't think the others had numbers on, so I don't think that was the case. So all of these redheads are number 1, and you've got a scene of the kid doing the transfer. So let's have a look. They all follow the same basic pattern, and whoever did these, some of them have done really well, some of them haven't survived as well, so you can see like, bits of people are missing. But I think they've done not a bad sort of battle, very similar to the sort of thing I would have done. It's interesting. I mean, it could be that person was missing. Where's the illustration? No, you did get half people, so they're meant to be in the water, so I think he's popping up from behind a boulder. And it looks like Vikings attacking with a few Anglo-Saxon bods beating them off, we shall say. What a lovely painted background there. So yeah, so we've got Vikings, we got World at Work, which I wouldn't have been one I remember getting this one, but it wouldn't have been one that I would have taken first. It would have been like, this is all that's left in the packet of the newsagent, because it's just construction vehicles. This one's interesting in that some of them have applied nicely, and like this one, this van, what's it doing up there? It's come off the cliff or something. And you can see that again, some of the transfers have started to pull up. What the person had done on these as well is they'd put a lot of these back in the bag, and the bag sort of where this was in the bag, and you open it, it's stuck. So they are fragile things, but absolutely lovely. So you got that one. The Circus, which I do have a sealed one of these that I managed to get, so now I've got a sealed and a used one. Again, slightly more order to the layout, so certain places. There's a dog hanging off a high wire. Why not? There's a cat hovering above it. Historic Scenes, the 16th century, which again probably would be one of those that, because you wanted battles, but it's not badly done. Perspective, the kid that did these, no idea about perspective, so he's put all the big people at the back. There's a dog sniffing a boy's ear. I don't know what he's doing. So not the best placing of them. But I won't moan too much. It was probably a young kid. I'd love to see some of my original ones. See what I did with them. They've gone the way of all things. They've gone the way of that guy's Bitcoin hard drive who's now trying to sue the council. What an amazing thing to do. So this one is Pirates. Outlaws Through the Ages, Pirates. So I remember this one vividly. What a great set. I think this is on the Splat site where you can actually create your own. There's like movable transfers now, which I think is a great idea. Should do it for all of them, but the work that went into it, blimey. So some good battle scenes. Again, really nicely done one, this one. The best transfers are the ones where you had a big open scene and you could do a battle, work it out yourself. Combat Through the Ages, 15th century. So this is very similar to the historical one, but it's actually combat, but it's a joust or a tourney. Again, lovely artwork. I love this era. Some of the transfers are just beautiful. Very busy field somewhere. Space Adventures, this was one I remember buying multiple times. I loved Space Adventure. And it's interesting, you got like genuine NASA craft, like the Apollo stuff, the Soyuz stuff, all mixed together with people on rocket skis. It's just great though, isn't it? It's such a nice one. That'd be one I'd like to get as unused. This one, remember very well, so Explorers Underwater City. Again, anything with sharks on, loved that as a kid. So you can see, wonderful painted backdrop, and lots of sharks and divers. Absolute massacre. I thought at first, looking at it, I thought that was Hookjaw. It's not Hook, but it's actually his fin. Can you see it? Oh, Hookjaw. Remember Hookjaw from Action Comic. Winter Sports, so sports number 1, Winter Sports. Presumably the plan was to do summer sports, football. I've got a video on here of all the Kevin Keegan ones they did. Managed to get a hold of a set of them for next to nothing. So there's bobsleigh, people skiing. Yeah, not the best position. I imagine the kid was bored with this, so I just shoved them on. Some of them do have tape on, like they were taped to a wall, which I think we all did, didn't we? And then hunting. So this is an Indian tiger hunt. Absolutely massacring those tigers. Oh, what that? He's hiding behind the mountains at the back. Yeah, perspective. I don't know what he's doing either. He fell off a blimp or something. I remember this one. I remember all of these. They're so, just looking at them, they're so evocative. Especially that fella swinging his gun. He's not understood how a rifle works. That little tiger. So, got all 10 of them, all used, with all the backing stuff. So that was, it was like, I would have been satisfied with that. That was more than covered the price of this set. But then also, inside, loads of these little mini ones. Now I remember the scenes, but I don't remember them being so small. I suppose I was smaller. So there was a load of these. So this is William the Conqueror. Now these are obviously, they would come flat with the transfers on there in a bag. And I can remember, like, the original ones, they would come in a box vertical when you look for the header you hadn't got. But I don't, these mini ones, I don't remember them being so small. So are these cut down versions of something else, or were these all that was available for these scenes? Because I remember this one, William the Conqueror. You got a lot less transfers because it was just a smaller scene, but they were a lot cheaper, so you could afford more. So this is William the Conqueror. Again, really nicely done, this one. Presumably the same child, but perhaps a bit later. Oh, we put a bit more interest in this one. So again, you don't get any image on the back because you could see it through the bag. So you got that one. Horse show. Not one I probably would have bought. I got some radio rentals, horse show ones, which are very dull. Again, quite nicely done. A little bit perspective off. He should have been back over here, but well done on it. The Bewitched Castle. Would have loved this one. I vaguely remember this, but again I thought it was bigger. So this is like a fairy tale scene. These are great. I don't know, I'd love to remember how much these were compared to, I think I used to get about 20p pocket money. So these were probably like 4 or 5p each at the time. Cowboy one, Western Ambush. Remember this one. Again, thought it was a bigger one. Great. really well done, that one, they've done it, and it's these little ones seem to have survived better. So this one's Air Battle. Again, let's look at the perspective on this. So you've got a big plane there, in front of it, tiny little Red Baron tri-decker. Perspective shot. This is deep sea exploration, so lots of sharks. It's just unusual looking shark. Very similar to the other one, but they are different transfers. I don't know how, I need to check out actually how many these came. I bet it was 12 again. Landing of the Mayflower. So these are the pilgrims coming to America to go, oh look, we like this land, let's steal it. And then we shall have a Thanksgiving celebration of us stealing this land. I love in all the films of the original Thanksgiving. They're all American. It's like they were British. Dodgy. And this one is Destruction of Pompeii. So yeah, some right mayhem going on there. Perspective again, although he might have been thrown in the air. Again, let's. I remember this. Perhaps they did do big ones. I don't know when I think these must have been later than the other ones. So got all of them. So amazing. Already like more than happy with it. And also in the box, one of the super-sized ones. So so big I can't fit it on the page. Super Action Transfers. I remember getting these. These were like a super special present because they were. I remember them being very expensive. Couldn't afford them on a weekly, pocket money. So, create a wonderful picture of Caesar and Cleopatra, and used to get tons of transfers with. So you see on the back it shows the scene with that young kid. He's got very long arms. Don't know what's going on there. And then it shows. So you've got multiple transfer sheets in these. Some of them were on one, and you had to cut them. I seem to remember. And these are so there was the Red Planet. General Custer, I remember that one. El Cid, definitely had that one. That was the first time I realised that a C could be, soft like that as an S. Carnival, don't remember that one. Enchanted Land, vaguely remember. And this one, Caesar and Cleopatra, which I do remember having, this one. And other transfers. What's the year on this? Does it tell us? 1969. So, instructions. There's a little bit of blurb about Caesar and Cleopatra. Legend has it that when Julius Caesar landed in Egypt, Cleopatra had herself smuggled into his presence, rolled up in a carpet. Silly girl. So you got this massive background scene with loads and loads of transfers. This one's quite nicely applied. Perspective off again. But you got Cleopatra on the barge, and then where's Caesar? Caesar's got to be here somewhere. Oh, there he is. But yeah, not made good use of space on this one. But I remember I can go back. I remember these. Used to pin them up on my wall. So to get that as well, I was just amazed. It's like such a collection. If they'd have all been unused, I would be probably passed out with excitement. But nice to have them even in used. So yeah, what an absolute find. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see more transfer stuff, then I've got a huge amount of videos in the back catalogue, but always on the lookout for more. I've got a few more sort of modern sets to go through as well. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you can. We have a Patreon page now, so if you want to help us out that way to get more of these to show you, that would be much appreciated. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks then. Bye.